10 squares, the across and down answers conflict. Do not write either letter in these squares. Instead, if both letters occur in the word horizontal, draw a horizontal mirror. If both letters occur in the word vertical, draw a vertical mirror. When you are finished, a path can be drawn from the ray gun through the grid. I have started it off here. It's coming in, so it's exactly here. So it's exactly at this corner here. The letters along the path can be read to complete the following quote by Bruce Lee. Don't look it up, just don't look it up, it's cheating. The successful warrior is... ... The end of the quote could just as easily be describing the successful solver. And in the example here, the ray first passes through A, bounces off this horizontal mirror, and then continues through C. So, there we go. Allow me to first go with all the clues. I think it would be fairly straightforward. We've got normal clues. We could just put them straight in the grid, and all we do, sometimes they will clash, the answers. All we do is we replace the clashes with either a horizontal or a vertical line, and we will bounce through the grid as a result. Yes, thank you, Catus. You may know that... I mean, why am I not surprised? You are too intelligent, Catus. Thank you for dwelling with us mere unintelligent mortals. Allow me first go to all the clues in the chat when I get stuck over to you. Here we go. One across. Not saying a thing in addition to getting a swell disease. Not saying a thing in addition to getting a swell disease. Okay, so I need mute, say. Something like a word meaning mute. Not saying a thing. In addition to... Getting a feels like adding the letter A. And then we're going to get a swell disease. Sort of. Oh, hang on. Mumps. There you go. It's mumps. That's what it is. So, if you're not saying a thing, your mum. You're stumm, you keep quiet, mum. P.S. In addition to this, P.S. And so that is mumps. And I know I do this most week. This is because the template got mucked up at some point in time. There we go. John Q. Public's nice zit popped. Okay, John Q. Public's nice zit popped. Happy with that. Fairly straightforward. I'll allow you a few seconds to get that. John Q. Public's nice zit popped. Go for 5. It's an anagram of nice zit. Lovely. Anagram of nice zit. And it's another word meaning a rando, a John Q. Public citizen. There we go. So we'll put that in the thingy. The successful warrior is the one who makes up Mount Midiorama. There's a Takeshi's Castle reference, that sort of thing. Or, hang on, what was Takeshi's Castle called in the US? Because it was called something different, wasn't it? Outside, prepared, not, oh, of course it is, sorry, yes, quite right. Of course Bruce Lee was the ninja warrior. Yes, Bruce Lee was a ninja. Or at least was martial artist. Outside, prepare the 4th letters addressed to oneself. Outside, prepare the 4th letters addressed to oneself. 4th letter is D of the alphabet. I have studied the alphabet, and I know that the 4th letter is D. What's the 4th letter of the Greek alphabet? Delta. Okay, just in case, because it says the 4th letter. Doesn't mean of the English alphabet. Could be any alphabet. Outside. Prepare. The 4th letters addressed to oneself. Something me, dear me, something like that. What's the 4th Lithuanian letter, please? Catnip. Is it D? Is it also D? Good evening, Neil Moo. I'm not spotting this, so I will move on to the next one. C. So what gets in the way? So you got A and B, I assume, in the first 4 as well. What gets in the way? Second Private is a seeker of redemption. Second Private is a seeker of redemption. Second is probably S. Private could be PVT, an abbreviation for it, but it could also be private, hidden, covert. Ah, that is, so it's an A with a private could also be a groin. So it's an A with a diacritic underneath. There we go. Second, seeker of redemption. So you've been wronged. You want redemption. You want justice. A sewer? Someone who wants seeker of redemption. Not sure. With a handkerchief. That's lovely. Not sure. Going to move on to 12. Rail, all about old money. Rail, all about old money. Okay. Okay. I feel like there's an extra word here. I think all doesn't need to be here. I think you can get about rail about old money, because to rail is to complain. I don't think the word all is needed here. Go for 12. Stephen's got 11. That's a shame. I'm on 12. Oh my goodness. Well, the Welsh alphabet. Woo, yes. 12. I think it's an anagram of rail, which is lira, and that's an old money in countries that have taken up the euro. But maybe I'm wrong. It could be a hidden, if there's an Ayla or an Ilal, if there is that. And also, is there going to be something... I think it's lira, but... Well, Turkey still have the lira, but Italy no longer does. And also, real has a Y in it, I think, in English. So, I'm not going to put it in, but I'm pretty sure it is lira. Ah, okay. So all about means none of the letters are in their original position. I'll buy that. About is an anagram indicator, but all about would imply that no letters remain in the same position, and that works for lira. Anyway, bellyache from alcohol on the tongue. Based on that, I'm actually going to bung it in. But the real would have the I in the same place, so I think it will be lira. Bellyache from alcohol on the tongue. So it's going to sound like an alcohol. So gin, vodka, rum. Rummy. Bellyache. What does... It's a bellyache... Okay, it could be a literal bellyache. It could be a stomach problem, but it could also be just if you bellyache, you complain. You talk. Quit your belly aching. Alcohol on the tongue. First letter, please, on this one. I can't remember what the Telegraph's policy on anagrams is, but I try to have no more than about 5. Incidentally, I'm currently starting to think about my giant crossword for the end of the year. It may or may not happen this year. Time is tight for me. This time last year, I was probably in Spain on holiday, but I was setting it right there and then. But I was only working a 3-day week, so I had time to work on it. Nowadays, my only free time tends to be streaming. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it. So I'm just putting that out there. If I have the time, I'll do it. I want to do it, but I may not have the time. Ah, right. Now I've got it. Go for 14. What did the grape say when someone stepped on it? Nothing. He just gave a little whine. So that goes there. That goes there. Oh, do you want to... If you could do some cleaning around my flat catnip, that would be great. That's some non-crossword help that I could do. My kitchen in particular needs a bit of a scrub down. Thanks, that'd be great. 15 across. So wine sounds like wine. To complain, and also the alcoholic drink. Radiance near a jungle queen. Radiance near a jungle queen. Yes, on the tongue was the homophone indicator there. Radiance, sort of lumina, glow, near a jungle queen. Lioness, even though. Radiance, aura, emittance. A radiance is sort of an atmosphere, miasma. And a radiance, an emission. A glow. Glow is the only thing I can think of. Near a jungle queen. What is the word jungle doing there? Is it going to be the name of a female cat? What female cats? Well, what cats do we have? We've got panther, tiger, lion, puma. What's jungle doing? Panther is what I want it to be. First letter, please, for 15. Talking of cleaning the kitchen. Now, it's the Queen of Sheba. Okay, so radiance going to be a shine near A. And is there a shiner? Is there a... Sheba is a cat food brand here. Queen of Sheba, Sheba, though. Radiance, a jungle queen. Sahara, no. Second letter, please. Sheena. Okay, not shine, but sheen. Is there a jungle queen called Sheena? I assume so. I don't quite get the context of it. Is it a movie reference? Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. Those are just words. Those are just the same words put there, and I don't understand why. It's punk rocker. Okay, fine. Yes, when I think of Sheena, I think of Sheena Easton. That is the Sheena that comes to mind first. Stegosauruses have big heads. Stegosauruses have big heads. Is it a hidden? Yes, go for 16. It's my favourite, and I spotted it right away. Bing! Good evening, Ruffle. If you're not careful, Ruffle, I will jolly well raid you later. Egos is what I've got. Of course I do. Egos, it's hidden in Stegosauruses. There you go. Urus. Yeah, absolutely. Ruse is also in there. Yeah, Stegosaur Ruse. Celebrity couple I ran into on the way back. I'm just going straight for 17 because I spotted his item. A celebrity couple might be an item. I is I, ran into is met. That is going backwards. And that goes there. Right, I'll promise that I'll need help on the next one. Release to attack the state of France. Release to attack the state of France. I've got an idea of a 3-2 that would go in, but I don't quite get the... The state of France. So I was thinking let on. Because if you let on someone, or set on as well, then you release to attack. But... look a bit... I don't like it. You're working well there, Matt Clemson, and I know the original joke. Oh dear. I'm going to move away from 18. Let's leave that for the second pass. 20. I've got assessed cooked trade, assessed crooked trade, not cooked. Assessed crooked trade. Go for 5. Go for 20 letters. 5 letters. Go for 20 across. Crooked is an anagram indicator of trade. If you assess something, you rate it. So that is rated. Raddy T, absolutely. Barbarian was sorry for the audience. I've got an idea. Go for this one, because I think I know what it is. I think it starts with R. But I don't like the definition, barbarian. Yeah, good. I've got that as well, Ruffle. I think it is rude, because sorry for the audience is R-U-E-D. It sounds like to rue, to regret. So you rued something. But barbarian is rude? That is something a barbarian is, but I wouldn't have said barbarian and rude were synonyms. Exactly. But I think that's what it's getting at. Roger Wolff. Tisk tisk. Go back in time 9 years and tweak that clue, please. Yeah. Yeah. Fuzz blitzed, flanking third of gangsters. Fuzz blitzed, flanking third of gangsters. The third of gangsters is N. So it's blitzed around the N, and we get fuzz. So it could either be, you know, sort of fine hair, fuzz. It could be the police, like hot fuzz. No, as the definition. I think fuzz must be the definition. Blitzed. If you blitz something, you speed run it. Ran. You puree something if you blitz it. I'm going to put N in that. First letter, please. Down. Because a fuzz is a down. It's not that. Blitzed. If you blitz something, you... And this is 2015. I've been told to remember this is 2015. Interesting. Oh, not spotting it. I'm assuming that my parsing is right. It might not be. Second letter. Blitzed is an adjective. Second letter, please. Lit. Lit. So, blitzed as in high. Or, for my lingo streams, here's a callback. Hi. I love lingo. I'm going to have to get back to it at some point. Arch Davidson, you will be pleased. And happy wife's birthday for yesterday as well. So, lint is a piece of fuzz. Lit around N, the third letter of gangsters. Always taking piece of baloney in slicker. Always taking piece of baloney in slicker. Piece of baloney. Well, I want that to be B, but I'm not convinced. I want always to be ever, and then I'm going to... Piece of baloney, I don't get that. Maybe it's talking about an actual piece of baloney, which could be a lie. Always is... I think it could be a lie, couldn't it? Because I want slicker to be oilier. And that's got lie in it. So that would be O-I-R with lie in. But always is not O-I-R. I'm going to come back to that one. I think I'm pretty close. Revised intro is explosive. Revised intro is explosive. If you've ever played Crash Bandicoot, you'll know the answer to this. 27 across. I'll give that a few seconds. Oh, whoops, that's me clanging the microphone with my cup of coffee. Decaf, of course, because it is quite late in the day. It's not the green crates, it's the red ones, Matt. You know that. 27, go for it. Good evening, tipster. Have a flail. Please flail around for me. I enjoyed your question about give me liberty or give me... I only watched for 5 minutes, and that's what I saw. Oh, is it? Really? Oh, sorry. I thought the red ones were... No, the red ones are TNT. You're right. Absolutely right. Anagram of intro, which becomes nitro. So that goes here. And thank you for the flail. Excellent flailing there. Groups of hollow branches. Groups of hollow branches. Yeah, I've got that as well. Yeah, I've got 29. I'll give that a few seconds. Yes, red are indeed the TNT. Now, I'm just thinking about all the levels in Crash Bandicoot where instead of exploring it that way, there's a rolling boulder or something coming towards you, pressing you for time, and you're coming towards the screen. Oh, so stressful. Go for 29. Go for 29. Meredith has it. So this is a very, very common word in the dictionary, one of the very longest words in the dictionary that is defined, but not the longest. Sects are branches. Let's talk about sects. There's a road phrase. Sects are branches of a religion. Hollow, take out the middle letter. You get sets. Tool loses head after failing high school class. Oh, goodness. So like spanner, although you call it a wrench, I think. Spanner becomes like panner, that sort of thing. Tool loses head, and we're going to put that after failing high school class. I think I'm going to come back to this one. No, let's get some help from Roffle. Go for it, because he'll need help from us later. First letter, please. After failing. Okay. So it's a tool without its first letter after failing, an F for fail. And then it's going to give us a high school class. Oh, it's wrench. I even said the thingy, didn't I? It's not spanner, wrench. So wrench becomes wrench. Put that after that, French. There we go. Comfort with lollipop in the mouth. Comfort with lollipop in the mouth. So it's going to be something that sounds like a word meaning lollipop. Lolly. I mean, what are other terms for lolly? Why can't I think of it? Lolly. What other things do you lick? Just it's a candy, a sweet. Well, fair. Second, first letter, please, because I haven't had the first letter yet. So let's have that. And it's got to mean comfort. Oh, got it. There's one of these born every minute. Go for 31. So a lollipop is it? I was thinking licking. I was not thinking sucking. It's a sucker, absolutely. Honestly. It's some nights, some weeks. There's very few. It's only 8:30, and we got many. Greeting to the bus driver from Bart Simpson's couch. Greeting to the bus driver from Bart Simpson's couch. So Otto is the driver in The Simpsons. Is that going to be important here? Greeting to the bus driver. In Bristol, you say, cheers, drive, when you get off. And so the greeting to the bus driver is there is drive, D-R-I-V-E. This is not going to help me in this crossword. I'm now thinking of Mr. Plough. The only thing that I can think of with Otto in is risotto. There's not going to be risotto. First letter, please. Greeting to the bus driver. So, hi, Otto. Otto. Otto Man. He's Otto Man. Yeah, if they haven't done an Ottoman joke, then they need to do that very soon. Yeah, you're right. You're quite right. That's probably gone in the show at some point. Flirted by snapping Yo Ted. Flirted by snapping Yo Ted. Okay, 33, go for 33. It's an anagram of Yo Ted. Y is not the first letter. T is the first letter. There you go. It's not oited. Yo-yoed. Yeah, well, yo-yo's a toy. I will accept it. If you toy with someone, you flirt with them. Good first pass there. Place to see Parisian paintings. Displays frame of Seurat that is not to be missed. Place to see Parisian paintings. Displays frame of Seurat that is not to be missed. Frame of Seurat, probably S and T, the first and last letters. Why have we got... Now, remember, we're going to be getting some clashes here, because that's the whole mechanic. So this first letter is not necessarily M. This letter here is not necessarily S. So I want it to start ST. I want the definition to be place to see Parisian paintings. Or maybe displays. Displays could be airs. Frame of Seurat. That is his IE. Not to be missed. There are indeed constraints in that if it's an unchecked square, it can't clash with anything because there's nothing going the other way. So we all know that these three are correct regardless. It doesn't help me. Okay. This here is going to be a clash. I've got this. Go for one. I'm still trying to parse it. It's must see because it's a musée. A museum in French is musée, M-U-S-E-E. The frame of Seurat is ST, and we're putting that in. So I guess that is not to be missed is the definition. Oh, it displays it goes around the frame of Seurat ST. So ST in musée. So we can put... must see. So that comes out. We don't put either in. So we've got an I and an E here. Both of those words appear in both of those letters appear in vertical and not horizontal. So we put a vertical line there. So we're going to put a vertical line in here, and we know that it's going to do that. This is also going to be a clash because we've got a change in direction here, but I'm going to keep the H there because we need to know. No, you're quite right, and it would need to be a vertical clash. It'd need to be a vertical mirror, and the H is not in vertical, so it's gonna things. Was it on Monday, Liari? I thought it was on Sunday. It's on Monday. Thank you very much, Liari. I knew she'd done one. Good evening, by the way. But anyway, we've definitely got... I can take these out for now. I'll take them out. Right. Perfect candy. Perfect candy. Ideal. Oh, it could be too perfect. Candy. Yes, there will be crossings. I'd realised that. Honestly, I had realised that. Candy, so there's a type of... It's not lollipop. Sweet. A taffy. A chocolate bar. Confection. Toffee. What have we got with perfect? Ideal, utopian, flawless. You used to play Magic. First letter, please. Why is Magic the Gathering relevant? I'm still trying to sell cards at the moment, actually. Partly for money reasons, but partly to just get them out of my house, and I no longer want them. A model? Oh, flipping heck. Okay, fine. Yeah, I've got it. I now know why you've said it. It's talking about the condition, isn't it? Go for 2. So it's a candy that... I'm just going to say it. Mint. Mint. Doesn't it, why do they add mint chocolate? I will eat it. Of course I'll eat it, but no. Clam pate spilled all over table cover. Clam pate spilled all over table cover. Table cover. Happy with that. I can't see any clashes in there at the moment, but that doesn't mean it's the cold spicy. I once had ice cream that was lime and chili, and it was really weird having a cold food with a spicy taste, which then went warm. Very bizarre. It's not something I would eat again. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't bad. I just didn't like it. But it was very... I could see why some people would like it. It's just not for me. Go for 3. A metal cap. Is that actually an anagram of it? M-E-T. It is, but it's not that. It's a placemat. Yeah, so having the cold sensation of the ice cream and lime, and then the chili warming you up after, is a very strange sensation. Players in the NFL grab 1 of extra balls to weave with. Okay. Players in the NFL. I'm always a fan of a tight end. Grab 1 of extra balls to weave with. Just realised that tight end, the player in football, it is sort of an opposite to loose end. You can be at a loose end, couldn't you? But that means you just don't have anything to do. Very different meanings, and they're sort of opposites. I guess loose beginning would be the strictest. But, players in the NFL. Now, I'm looking at the letters, but I must remember that there's quite possibly some clashes here. Grab 1 of extra balls to weave with. I don't know enough American football here. So receivers, blockers. I'm now just about to start naming lemmings, bombers, parachutists. I forget what their official name is. Go with the first letter, please. I've just read that, Hans. S. Okay. Throwers, catchers. Oh, is it going to be the name of a team, like the Steelers or the Saints? Thank you, Matt. Is it the Saints? What's really weird is I've got to my left-hand side a NFL jersey, just because it was on sale at Sports Direct or something like that, which I've been wearing for a while. It's just over there, but that's the Buccaneers. Okay, thank you. That's given me all the clues I need. It's skeins. Now, this came up recently I think on Tuesday, maybe even last week. Skins. The Redskins, Washington Redskins. Are they still called that, or are they now the Washington something else? I know they were pondering changing, and it's a move that I hope that they make. The Commanders. There we go. Another Magic reference. I'm very pleased that they've changed their name. And it's grabbing 1 of extra, i.e. the first letter of extra, E. Put that in skins, you get skeins, and those are balls to weave with. Content of Capra's first Best Picture winner. Contents of Capra's first Best Picture winner. It's sort of like just a book being called The Book or a band being called The Band. Yes, absolutely, just the football team. Contents of Capra is A, P, and R. But so does the contents of Capra become first? Sister's not a Best Picture winner that I remember. And also, I would sort of want some capitals going on. Going to come back to that one. Sound from a drill cracked the nut. Sound from a drill cracked the nut. Yes, happy with that. I'll give that a few seconds. That goes here. Go for 6. It's a drill, but not of the sort that I used in yesterday's stream, which was a drill. This is a drill as in a military practice. So 10 hut. So 9 cabin. That's what it comes after. And it goes there. A man drill. Yes, that's the right sort of thing. Challenger's problem. Oh no, is this where this is going? Is this going where I think it is? Challenger's problem is not interesting after... I'm just going to go for this one because it's slightly out of taste. And what clue is this? He's remembered, folks. He's remembered. Well, if this clue is 7 down, then that's what this is. 7 up, 7 down, he's remembered. An O-ring. So, not interesting is boring. After the initial take off the first letters, becomes an O-ring. And that is what failed in the Challenger disaster. Not quite sure I'm happy with that clue, but never mind. That is a clash, and we have a Z and an O. They both occur in horizontal. We replace it with that. Just reading about the chicken soup. So, has to have works recited. Yes, has to have works recited. I'm happy with that. I don't think there's any clashes in those letters. Oh, no, hang on. Yes, there is. This A has a clash. Go for 8 down. I could probably put in my R. Oh, yeah. Go for 8. Needs. So to work something, to need it. And if you have to have something, you need it. So we've got an E and an A. So those are both in vertical. We replace that with a vertical thingy. So it looks like that's the path that we're getting. They are out in force. Thank you, Matt, for whacking them away. View from the audience of Illuminated Exit, according to Reverend Spooner. View from the audience of Illuminated Exit, according to Reverend Spooner. And it goes here. And we know that this will be a clash. Thanks, Arch, for that excellent tip. Having said that, I once did do part of a crossword upside down because it was easier to work out which pieces had straight edges on the cardboard side, the plain side, because you weren't disrupted by any of the details of the patterns of the picture. So I found all the pieces that I needed with straight edges by looking at the back side, and then I looked at the front side for the rest. Anyway, view from the audience sight line of an illuminated exit would be a lit or light sign. So sight line. Okay, that is part of the path, but it is not a clash. So you continue on that way. Began to be understood by the old man after comprehending 3 points. began to be understood by the old man after comprehending 3 points. 10 down. The old man, Dad, Pop, something like that. Or could just be Pa, couldn't it? Or Da. Understood by the old man after comprehending 3 points. What is that about? I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to come back to it. 13. In a way, filled up videotape without the third reed playing. In a way, filled up videotape without the third reed playing. 13. Filled up videotape. That's 8 letters. Without the third reed playing. So I want it something to do with recorded. Filled up videotape is recorded. But it's in a way. What's the in a way doing? Without, which I'm assuming in this instance, because I think recorded is 8 letters. Without means going around, rather than without meaning take it out. So it means add it rather than take it away. The third reed would be E, because that's the third letter of reed. In a way, filled up. Maybe that's the definition instead of well, I haven't really got a definition, or just in a way. Filled up. Videotape. It's just a tape, isn't it? Without the third reed playing. I'm going to come back to 13 as well. Then we've got 13. No one's got 13. We'll come to 16. First organ is situated in front of foot of vocalist. First organ is situated in front of foot of vocalist. 16. Feels like I'm going to be getting some clashes here. I plan at some point. I used to have most of the Terry Pratchett Discworld series. I plan at some point to re-buy them and reread them again. Because certainly after the first few, where he hasn't quite found his voice, but when he starts really digging into societal satire, he really gets some great stuff. Bloody Stupid Johnson is one of my favourite characters as well. And I now have... I bought a bookshelf a couple of weeks ago, and so now I have half a shelf left. So that'll take it up, buying all those books back. I played the board game once. I thought it was good, but not again that I'll play again, and I can't remember why. Colour and Magic, that'll be the first one. First organ could be O. Is situated in front of foot of vocalist. I feel like vocalist is going. That O is going to be correct. It's going to be some form of vocalist, like contralto or something like that. But I don't know. Going to come back to that. Oh, absolutely, Stephen. One pointer is more trim. One pointer is more trim. Pointer, an arrow, a finger is more trim. Thinner, leaner. What letters have I got? Is more trim. First letter, please. I may have said it. I may have said it. So leaner. Why is it leaner? If you're more trim, you're leaner. A pointer? Is that a basketball thing? Like a leaner as it just goes in or something like that? Is it worth 1 point? Horseshoe. Ah. Okay. Nice. L-E-A. So we've got O and N. Both of those are in horizontal. I'll deal with all the highlighting when we're done in the grid. So actually, I think I'm going to unhighlight these for now. I'll keep that one because I need to know that's the start. But I will just clear it up for now. Docked in the marina, being delivered from the sound. Docked in the marina, being delivered from the sound. So it's going to be a sounds like clue. Where are we? 19. Okay. I've got an idea, but I'm not entirely certain. Am I being misled by those letters? I've got beached. But if you're delivered, you're breached, aren't you? Not beached. Docked in the marina. Beached is more of a stranding rather than a proper docking. No, okay. So moored, it's not moored. Anchored. Being delivered. Berthed. There you go. That's a more becoming docking. And is that going to be a clash? Being delivered from the sound of it is birthed B-I, so we're putting in B-E. But I don't like that. I think we're correct, but I don't like that. It makes me slightly uneasy. T-Top's engine sound in a remote location. T-Top's engine sound in a remote location. 21. Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I like the definition here. I like the definition. It's a quirky definition. So I'll tell you what the definition is. In a remote location. A remote location. And Ruffle has got the right way that the clue works. Not necessarily with the right letters. Go for 21. So T-Tops is T. And we need an engine sound. And I say to you, vroom vroom. And that gives us TV room, which is the location of a remote control. A remote location. Yeah, you're right, Catnip. Be sorry for red and white bird. Immediately going for regret. Because it's R and then egret. So putting that in. White bird is egret. Red is R. Regret is be sorry for. In a way, secure girl with love. In a way, secure girl with love. I'm happy with that as well, especially as we have 4 of the right letters in there. A girl is a lass, love is O, and if you secure something, you lasso it down. Reason to scratch under tip of his thumb. Reason to scratch under tip of his thumb. Now I'm happy with that. I'm going to say that the answer is not Nikita. It is not that. Go for 25, though. I have this. Reason to scratch under tip of his thumb. It is not Nikita. It's hitch. So it's itch, which is a reason to scratch, under the tip of his, which is H. So H, itch, we get hitch. So N and H, both in horizontal. And then I would use the longer one, but I can't remember what the... Oh, is it going to be this? No, it's not. And then T and H, again, another horizontal one. So let's put them in yellow. Is that going to work? I am not on a Mac, so that does not help me. Small river running northward around capital of Finland. 26. Small river. Okay, yes. Running northward around capital of Finland. Happy with that. Nice clue. I like it. Nice and misleading. Give that a few seconds. Go, go, go. That still does not help me, Meredith. If you're small, you're elfin. Yes. I need to watch the second series of The Rings of Power. Because I quite enjoyed the first. I don't care that it was very slow. I enjoyed the world that it was in. Nile backwards, which is a river, not a small one, but it is a river, and it's running north around the capital of Finland, the first letter, the F, the capital, so it's Elfin, Nile around F, and that's small. And I just like that it's very misleading with small river. Good, good. It'll be a while before I get around to it. I think I'll probably wait until... I think there's 8 episodes in the series, it's either 8 or 10, until I get within what a month's subscription would have them all in, and then watch them all in one go. Clyde's partner is in Kentucky. Clyde's partner is in Kentucky. Is there a kissy? Is in KY. Is there a kissy? Get out, Waterfall. Get out! It was actually, I was at home with the hairy hobbit feet. That's what I was. Ooh, I have hairy feet. Is it kissy? I want it to also... It's either that or Bonnie and Clyde in some way. Okay, so we've got a clash here. An I and an N. They're both in horizontal, so we've got another one of those. What is that, a person? I assume it's a person. Oh. Kentucky is KY. Oh, go for it. That's nice. In is in, and KY is KY. In is in, KY is that. It's in Pac-Man. Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde are the 4 ghosts in that. There we go. We're doing well. Back to the top. 10 across. Outside, prepare the 4th letters addressed to oneself. Is it actually going to be Dear Me? Because if you write a letter to yourself, you say Dear Me. I did say that, but I don't know why it would be that. Outside, prepare is to arm. The 4th letter is D. D-E-E. Sounds like D. D-E-E. And we're putting arm in Dear Me. It is that. Arm in D. Okay. Right. Looks like there's something going on here. Second private is a seeker of redemption. Yeah, go for 11. Got 11. It is a sinner, absolutely. We have a clash here, an A and an N, so that's horizontal, so that goes that way. Inner is private. So S for second, inner for private, sinner for a seeker of redemption. 18. Let go. Release to attack the state of France. Le TGE. If you release, you let go. Or let be. No. No, let go. Hint it me. Okay. Release is let out. The state of France. État. Let. Okay, thank you. Go for 18. Go for 18. So, Royaume Unis. No, les États Unis is the United States. So État is literally state. So the state of France is l'État, and that means let at if you parse it in a different way. So there we go. And now I know l'État c'est moi. Now I know why you're telling me that. Excellent. Something's going on here. Unless, no, it can't even be Eeyore. Always taking piece of bologna in slicker. Elia. It can be. Because that's slipperier, slicker. And you've got lie in there. Oh, and always is air, E-E-R. Okay, that's good. That works. So it's lie in E-E-R, which is always. And you get slicker. I think that's all the acrosses. 5 down. Contents of Capra's first Best Picture winner. Is it just Capra? Camera. Contents of Capra's first Best Picture winner. Contents. Maybe that's the definition. Capra's first could then be C. That's what it is. Go for 5 down. I wrote a pub quiz question recently that was basically based on this Best Picture winner, which is, what letter do you have to add to take a Best Picture winning film and get the, and I forget the exact year, something like 1993, Best Picture Oscar, one of the nominated Best Picture Oscars from 1993, and it's Argo. What letter do you have to add? Let me know. So that is going to become cargo. So we have a clash here. A and O, which are both in horizontal. Farto. Argo, yeah, so you would add an F. Argo becomes Fargo. That famous movie, Bargo. 10, here we go. Began to be understood by the old man after comprehending 3 points. Is it downed or something like that? No, dawned. It dawned on me, the answer to this clue. So began to be understood is dawned. So the old man is that... Oh, it's... Now... Roffle hated one of these clues where they were basically just... The clue was like there was 4 points you just had to put in a row. It was just a combination of the letters N, E, W, and S, and that's what has happened here. So an N, a W, an N, and an E are 3 points of the compass. And we're putting that in Dad, and we get dawned. We still hate them, fair enough. In a way... In a way, filled up videotape without the third reed playing. At the moment, I'm just thinking reordered with one typo in the penultimate letter. Okay. Okay, so it's recorded, but without the third. So take the C out. So we get reordered, and we need ER. No, so it's just record without... Is it me or is there a wrong tense going on? So, record without the third, C, and then the reed playing anagram of read, so it's E-R-E-D at the end. But I feel like... Oh no, filled needs to be part of the definition. So, filled up. So, a video... to videotape, to record. Fine, happy with that. Yeah, okay. So we've got C and an E, that's vertical. D here. First organ is situated in front of foot of vocalist, and I know that some of you have got this one. Oh, okay. So organ is Situated in front of foot of vocalist. So the organ could be an ear, I guess. Organ is situated in front of foot. Early something? Okay, first letter, please. And it seems silly asking for a first letter, given I could see all these letters, but I am going to get confirmations about whether the E is correct or not. It is an E. Organ is situated in front of foot. The foot of vocalist is T. It's the last letter of vocalist, it's T. Organ is situated, maybe laid, placed, sited in front of that T, and so we can have first. Second letter, please. So I'm expecting this letter to be a T. Third letter, please. Situated. Placed. Yeah, I've seen it now. Earliest. Okay. Why is it that, though? Organ is ear. Situated is lies. There we go. And then the foot of vocalist is T. So it becomes earliest. We have a clash here. Do be careful, hands. Do be careful. I blame it on a cat pressing enter, but you had it ready and a cat came and sat on the keyboard and accidentally sent it. That's what we'll blame it on. And there we have all the mirrors. So if the mirrors are in yellow, I'm going to put the path in orange. Let's have a look. The successful warrior is the average man with laser like focus, and then it goes out the grid. The average man, the successful warrior is the average man with laser like focus. May as well write that down. The average man with laser like focus. Let's put that there. And that is what we have here, because we bounced around like a laser in our grid, and it describes us as a successful software, and that is a successful solver, and that is Time to Reflect by Roger Wolff.